Lesson 2. Failing to give way. This is one of the most common reasons for failing a driving test. So what does this mean? Failing to give way is when you impede traffic flow. This means you are forcing traffic to slow down or alter course to avoid you. It also means stopping traffic that has the right of way from being able to proceed. Within this lesson, we'll concentrate on two main causes for failing to give way. These are gap selection and speed control. Let's begin with gap selection. When selecting a gap, study the movement of traffic thoroughly before you commit. Ask yourself, am I going to disturb traffic or not? If you think you will, stay where you are. If you're confident you won't, then proceed. Now, how does speed control associate with failing to give way? Simply put, when accelerating slowly, vehicles catch up on you more quickly. The slower you accelerate, the more you increase your chances of disturbing traffic flow. Now let's look at that turn again. But this time, instead of slow acceleration, this driver fails to select an appropriate gap and again forces the red car to slow down. As you can see, using poor gap selection or slow acceleration can result in disturbing traffic flow. If the testing officer feels your disturbance to traffic was unreasonable, your test will be terminated. If you have misjudged when selecting a gap, you have two options to avoid affecting traffic flow. They are speed up or pull over. Let's have a look using these two examples. The speed limit is 80 km per hour. The driver turns right, checks the mirrors, observes cars approaching fast. This time, the driver accelerates quickly to 80 km per hour to avoid affecting traffic flow. Simple, really. The other alternative is this. Again, the driver turns right, checks the mirrors, observes cars approaching fast. The driver feels there is no time to speed up, so instead indicates and pulls over to the left, allowing traffic to pass by without being affected. But notice, also after pulling over to the left indicator remains going. This is important as it reassures everyone of your intention to stay left. Remember, concentrate on how your driving is affecting traffic flow at all times. Try to select a suitable gap in traffic before moving in. If you have misjudged, do one of the following things. Get up to the correct speed quickly or pull over to the left whilst reassuring others using indicators. If you remember these points, the chances of passing your driving test increase vastly. Here are some more examples of common faults that can occur. The blue car is parked at the curb. It's a 50 km per hour zone. It's the beginning of the test and the driver is nervous. The driver indicates, checks the mirrors, looks over the shoulder and moves off. But look, the driver accelerates too slowly after leaving the curb, and now the gap selected is no longer adequate. The red car approaches and reacts by slowing down. Test terminated. Try to get up to the correct speed reasonably quickly so you are not unnecessarily affecting traffic flow. The approaching green car is showing a left indicator, which is mistakenly left on from an earlier turn. The driver of the blue car fails to read the situation appropriately and pulls out. Test terminated. Remember, when observing signal use, also include studying the vehicle's position and approaching speed. Those are the true indicators. The driver turns left but fails to give way to the pedestrian before turning. Test terminated. The driver pulls in front of the cyclist and brakes for the turn. The cyclist swerves out to avoid him. Again, this is failing to give way, and so the test is terminated. Here's how it should look. Indicate, check mirrors, position the vehicle to the left before the turn, and remain behind the cyclist. Perfect maneuver. The driver of the blue car waits for a suitable gap in traffic, but fails to notice the pedestrian before turning. Test terminated. Remember, drive for others and not just for yourself. Be considerate and always observe how your driving is affecting traffic flow.